back in the woods.
Afternoon guys, Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School. I thought I would just give you a quick look at the permanent hunters camp that we're setting up out here at the Pathfinder School to be used during hunts, during classes, for instructors, things of that nature. We are trying to set up a permanent base camp style, like a station camp from the 1800s, 1700s, in that period, where we can trap, hunt, fish, and skin and clean game, process furs, things like that right here at this camp. The students built most of this at the last advanced skills seminar. I'm starting to add things to it now. I've added some more brush cover to the back. I've put this cross member in here that we can put a large gambrel on, donated by Steve Critter Davis, so that we can skin game and things like that right here. I've got a smaller gambrel as well for smaller game that's going to go right beside that, donated by Tony Daniel. And we're going to close in another side of this to make it almost like it's closed in on two sides halfway, and an open area here. We'll put a cooking station up out here. We'll put a workstation up out here. We'll build us a table, and it's going to look real good when we're done. But I wanted to give you guys just a quick glance at that, because this station camp will be used quite a bit in videos this winter. It will be used probably with a lot of the trapping series that we're working on now, as well as some other series that we're going to work on throughout the winter. So I wanted to give you guys just a quick look at this. We are using a lot of modern tools to build this, looking at it as if we had came in here on horseback, which is what most of them would have done. So we've got some cast ironware. We do have some iron things like tripods and things of that nature, and we also are using things like bow saws, bigger axes, shovels, and things like that to dig holes and break up branches and wood and process with. So stay with us. We'll get back to you on this as soon as we can, and I'll bring back more as we work on this. We do have a work weekend scheduled pretty soon out here at the Pathfinder School. I'm going to have about 12 people, friends of the Pathfinder School, out here working on stuff. What I wanted to do, along with going over this new Hunters and Trappers camp, was I had a couple questions about what do I carry out on the trap line. So I wanted to kind of go over that with you. Suffice it to say that I've got a cover element with me. I've got my knife, I've got my fire kit on my side, and I've got a container as well as some cordage. So I've got the 5 C's of survivability with me, and I've always got a GPS as well as a compass for navigation. But what I wanted to talk to you mainly about was what I carry in trapping supplies. I think we've done enough videos on what I carry in my normal backpack situation. Now let's talk about what trapline supplies I carry above and beyond that. Okay, so I've always got, whatever traps I'm going to set for that day. This one happens to be a double jaw Victor trap. I've got several different brands of traps that I use. It just depends on what I'm trapping for that day. I've got smaller ones, bigger ones. This is just one that I put on the table here to show you. They all have earth anchors that are connected to a swivel point. Now, to use an earth anchor, you're going to need an earth anchor setter, which is just a long pole that fits in the earth anchor so that you can bang it into the ground. So that would be one of the things that you would carry beside your traps. Along with that, I have a dirt hole digging device here that's just made for digging dirt holes. I don't use that all the time, but I do use it quite often. It's really fast, so I like to carry it. This is my groundhog tool. This is basically the meat and potatoes right here of what you need to set a trap. It's got a hammer, it's got a digging device on it for digging out trap beds, and it has a shovel on this side so that you can dig those dirt holes when you want to, or move dirt if you have to get more dirt for a set, whatever the case may be. And I've just taken that and wrapped it with some friction tape to make it more comfortable for my hand. Now, you're going to need some type of a sifting pan. This one's made out of metal. It's a really good one. I like these about the best. I've tried a couple different ones, and this one seems to outlast the rest, and I've usually put most of my stuff inside this pan and use that for a shelf in my pack. Okay, as far as other trapping tools goes, I carry a set of lineman pliers with me just for attaching to or cutting wire, bending hangers for things like snare stands and things of that nature, adjusting traps if I need to for pan tension and whatnot, and then I carry a file in case I need to do any fine adjustments on trap pans as well. Real simple stuff. That's all the tools that I carry with me. Then I carry a bag that's got 6 snares in it with a couple clips, and that would be considered part of my trapping accoutrements I would carry with the traps that I was going to set for that day, because I never know when I'm going to set a snare, so I always carry 5 or 6 with me just in case I see a good spot. I've got a package of latex pan covers. You can use anything for pan covers, from paper to muffin pans to tissue paper. It doesn't really matter. I like these latex ones because they're really good and waterproof. They're easy to use, they don't smell, and they come 24 to a bag, so they're really convenient. I've got several Ziploc bags with me, and they contain different things. Anytime I can find a visual attractant of some kind left behind by another animal, whether it's a feather, whether it's scat, whether it is, I've got the sheep's wool that I use for putting my lure on, and then I got this bag here that's got a mouse nest in it. A mouse nest is a really good set, and we're going to talk about that set in a video probably tomorrow. But this is just an entire mouse nest out of an old broken down log cabin back here on the Pathfinder School property. There's several in there. I grabbed one and stuck it in this bag, and it's going to have mouse scent all over it, so it's going to be very attractive to canines. So I keep that stuff in this pan with a couple of tools. And then I just have a few lures that I carry. I carry Blood Brother. These are all JR and Son lures. I carry Blood Brother, I carry Indian Red, and Private Stock, and those are all canine type lures. And then I've got one Mill Creek lure here. It's called a Long Ranger, and it's basically just a long range call lure as well. Then I've got a pair of gloves. I don't use these very often. I definitely don't use them when I'm setting traps and things like that, but sometimes I use them when I'm swinging my hammer, making a trap bed, or using a saw or an axe, so I keep them in my pack just in case I need them. Then I have a piece of brain tan here, and this is just something that I started recently doing just out of, I don't think you can get rid of human scent no matter what you do, and most of the experts that I've talked to say human scent's going to dissipate in 24 to 48 hours, and it really doesn't matter. But I've got this just for basically a kneeling pad, so I can put my knees on something and I'm not grinding my scent off my clothes or my skin into the dirt. So I just use this for a kneeling pad. It's just a piece of brain tan. It's not completely perfect, if that's what you want to call it, that I got from my buddy Tony Daniel, and that's my kneeling pad. Then I've got a bottle of Pro Mix Red Fox scent or Red Fox urine that I use on all of my sets that you've seen me using. And then above and beyond that, I carry a firearm. I carry my M6 Scout, which is 22-410, or I carry just my single shot 12 gauge with a couple of adapters. I usually carry a 22 long rifle 8-inch adapter and a 9mm 8-inch adapter. They're both rifled. I've got another Ziploc bag with a variety of ammunition in it, from 22 CCI hollow point to 9mm, and then I have a case that I carry here that's got 12 gauge shells in it. It's got both number 6 and it's got slugs in it. Then I carry a couple in my pocket most of the time with my folding knife. I've got a case sod buster that I carry around with me besides the knife on my hip. And then I carry one slug and one 6-shot in my pocket, so I'm always ready, because I'm always hunting when I'm out there, and this stuff will kill anything in North America you can take with those 2 loads. You can take birds, you can take deer, you can take whatever you want to take if it's in the right season with just those 2 loads, and that's what's in here. There's 4 slugs in here, and there's 8 number 6-shot in there. This knife I've had a couple questions about. This is a prototype knife. It's not up for sale yet. This is the new butcher knife that was designed after my butcher knife that I've used in a lot of videos that I found at a sale. It was exact replicated basically by Habilis Bush Tools for me, and this is a replica of that butcher knife, and this will be the Pathfinder butcher knife. I've been testing this out. I carry things for quite a while and test them before I release them for sale, and I want to make sure this is going to work out good for me for skinning tasks, boning, and carving game and things like that. But this knife was used to process a 250-pound hog at the last advanced skill seminar, and I've used it quite a bit. It throws really good sparks off the spine with a hard rock. It's got a really nice Scandinavian style grind to it, and it's very, very sharp. I like the balance of it real well, so this is what I've been carrying for a knife. So above and beyond that, that's about it. Normal clothing, outerwear, things like that. Like I said, a container for water, some cordage, and then some type of cover element like a tarp or something I can throw up real quick in an emergency, and my fire kit's always on my side. Okay guys, well, I appreciate you joining me today for this video on basically a little quick look at the Hunter Trappers camp that we're setting up, as well as, my pack and carry for the trap line. I had a few questions about that I wanted to answer. I appreciate you joining me for this video. I thank you for all your comments, for your support, for everything that you do for me, for my school, and for my family. I'll be back with another video as soon as I can.